Hey guys, I'm out in my junk room here. This was a carport at one time, and they enclosed it and made I guess whatever, and the utility room's out here. But I don't have a storage building like Jack, so I can't make a video from a storage building. So this is my junk hole. So I keep all my junk out here, junk, all kinds of junk. You see what I mean? Junk. Except for that's not my junk. But I just wanted to tell you a little story. This is about my dad. My dad will be 90 in July 5th actually. He grew up poor, working hard, and he'd tell me stories like they'd work all day, and the man would say, "Go across the field, guys, and get a pumpkin on the way home, and that's your pay for the day." So, and they lived like 12 miles out, a place called Camp Creek, which was out near the mountain, and from here. And on Saturdays, if they had the money, him and his brothers, they would walk to town and watch a movie or a couple movies, nickel movies or whatever they cost, and walk back home. And then if they got tired, they'd just cross the fence and lay down in the field and go to sleep. Well, those days are kind of over with. You can't hardly do that anymore, but somebody would probably have you arrested. But anyway, my dad, he grew up, and he went in the Army, World War II, and he was in Normandy. He rode the gliders in, the 101st Airborne, and then he was in the 82nd Airborne. He rode the gliders in the invasion of Holland, and also he was in the Battle of the Bulge, and he spent 11 years, almost 11 years in the military, and then he got out. But the sad story about it is, my dad never asked for anything from the Veterans Administration. And I'd always say, "Why don't you go to the VA hospital or the doctors?" But he never would. And well, when he turned about 62 or 3, maybe 65, I kept telling him, and my mom kept telling him, "You need to go check on getting, something from the VA. You surely got something coming." Everybody told him. Well, he goes to the local VA chapter up here, to Legion, and the man tells him, "You don't have anything coming," which was fine. He didn't care about that. He never used the VA hospital. He always paid his own insurance, paid for his own medicine. So I keep hearing all these people getting pension checks from the military, okay? And I know he has post, whatever that is, where he told me he thinks about that Normandy Beach every morning when it's the first thing on his mind when he wakes up. And of course, they say that that's a sign of the post-traumatic stress, whatever it is, whatever they call it, PSTA or whatever, PD, or I'm stupid about stuff like that. But anyway, make a long story short, I had a friend that's over the DAV, and I asked him, I said, "Can you go talk to my dad and just tell," he said, "if your dad was in the war during wartime, he has a check coming." Well, my dad was like 87 at the time, so my friend Dave goes down and signs him up. And then they wanted him to come to the VA through the ER and get worked in, and then talk to a lady that was a psychologist and all this. Of course, he outsmarted her, and she says he's anything wrong with him, so, which, he never acted out of whack or anything like that. But to make another long story short, he did start getting a pension check. That's $600 and some a month, okay? Which is nothing for what he gave. And so he's been getting it now for about a year and a half. And like I said, he'll be 90, his birthday, in July. But what's really weird about it is all these people getting these $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 back paychecks from the VA, and he never got that. Never got anything like that. Some of them only did 3 years in the military. Some of them didn't even see military action, and it's getting a big pension check, okay? So he had been getting a little bit of a retirement check and his Social Security check from where he worked. And he was a pastor for 34 years, and so the church he had paid in for 34 years, and he gets like a $300 and some check a month on his on retirement, which is nothing. You know, it's not a big deal. But he had forgot to write that down, and because I know, and he's an honest man, and he would never, you know, take anything from anyone. He's gave a lot more than he's ever took. So, well, we get these papers from the VA, and he tells me come down and look at them because he don't understand them. So they want to know all about his income, all about his medical expenses for the past year, blah, 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 blah. You fill it all out and send it in. It's government stuff, so y'all know how that is. I feel it wasn't good enough, so I had to fill it all out again. So they found out about the little $300 and some check he was getting, so they cut his benefits down to $300 and some a month. So now he gets a little bitty VA pension of $360 a month after all he gave. And you know what he said about it? He said, well, I never got it in the first place before, and plus he said there's a lot of those guys coming back over here with their arms and legs blown off, and they're ruined for the rest of their life. And he said if they need it worse than me, I'd rather them have it. And that's just exactly what he said. How honorable is that, guys? So I just wanted to share that with you, and I thought it was pretty. That's just the way he is, though. I just thought it was really honorable, and I wanted to share that story with you guys, and not bragging or anything on anybody. I just thought it was a pretty awesome story. So see you later. Thanks.